Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I'm here to inspire you and teach you how to make your home pretty with your own creations. Today I'm going to teach you how to make these beautiful crochet coasters in these autumn colors. We are in autumn and I particularly love autumn and the colors and the weather. So I did these coasters and I'm going to teach you how to make them. I have two designs for you. These are two different designs, very similar but different and different techniques. In this video here I'm going to teach you how to make this one, and if you want to give a go at this one, to this different design, then have a look at the extra video I did for you. The link is below. To make these crochet coasters I use this yarn. This is organic cotton. It's very nice to work with and they are these beautiful autumn colors. And the hook I use is 2.5 millimeters, which is what you need for this yarn, for this cotton. Now if you want to buy my cotton and these colors, it's available on my Etsy shop and it comes in a kit. Comes the two balls of yarn of cotton and the 2.5 millimeter hook. With each ball you can make 4 coasters, so you can make 8 out of these 2 balls of yarn. And you can make it one color or mix the colors like I did here. And it comes, this kit comes in a pack, in a gift pack like so, to gift yourself because you deserve it, or to gift someone that you love and someone that you know that wants to do a crochet project. This is a simple crochet project, so ideal for beginners. Ideal as a present to someone that wants to make a easy and quick crochet project. So let's go and make this coaster, this crochet coaster together to make your home pretty. Okay, so I start with a magic ring, as they call it, and I'm going to show you the way I make mine. So I make a cross in my finger, the hook goes under the thread and the yarn there, and then pull the yarn. Okay, here make a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then take the ring of the finger and there's your ring there and a chain of 3. So now we need to make 11 trebles, crochets into the ring. Okay, treble crochet in American is double crochet. Okay, so this first one counts as one treble crochet, so at the end you will have a total of 12 treble crochets. Okay, now we're gonna make 11 treble crochets into the ring. Yarn over, under the ring it goes, and then pull through 2 stitches and then pull 2 through 2. Okay, this is your first treble, and then we're gonna make another 10. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Okay, so in total we should have 12 trebles. Okay, so here, before we close the first row, just close the circle, your ring, by pulling your tail, and then we slip stitch into the top of your chain of 3. So that's it, your chain of 3 there. Yeah, at the very top you put your needle and slip stitch. Okay, and that's the first row of your of the design. Okay, so now what I like to do is to get rid of this tail because it can get in the way. Okay, so pull it as far as you can, just to close the ring there nicely. And now grab a knitting needle or embroidery needle, and we're going to get rid of this tail by threading it like so. Okay, so through there, pull. I like to go around a few times just to make sure it doesn't come loose at some point when we wash the coasters. A few times like so, so it's nice and secured. And that should be enough. All right. Okay, so cut that tail so that is not in the way. All right, so now let's go to do row number 2. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and on your next stitch make 2 treble crochets. That's 1, and go back into the same stitch and make another one, and we're going to do this all the way around. 2 treble stitches in each stitch, all the way around. So because we started with 12, now we're going to end up with 24 treble crochets. Okay, so 2 treble crochets or double crochets for Americans into each stitch. Right, when we get to the end here, behind this chain of 3, we need to make a treble crochet as well, because we didn't do that at the very beginning, and I don't usually do this at the beginning. I like to do at the end, because I like to go behind there, the chain, to do the double crochet, because remember there were 2 trebles into each crochet, okay, into each stitch, but here on the chain we didn't do that, so we have to do it now, and I like to do it when I get at the very end. You can do it at the beginning as well, okay, but I prefer to do it at the very end. So here on the chain of 3 I'm going to make another treble crochet together with the chain. Okay, and then we close the row by slip stitch into the top of the chain of 3, and that's your second row done. Okay, now on the third row we chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to do 2 double crochets into the next stitch like we did before. Two treble crochets, so that's 1, 2 into the same stitch, and now on the next stitch we only do 1, so we're gonna do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, okay, all the way to the end. Okay, so there's 1 treble crochet into that stitch, and on the next one we're going to do 2 treble crochets. Next stitch we make 1 treble crochet, next one we make 2, so 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way to the very end. All right, and I'll meet you at the very end. So here at the very end again we need to close this row, so again just like we did before, slip stitch into the first stitch of your chain of 3, and that's the end of your fourth row. So we're gonna need 5 rows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and then we do the edging. Okay, so let's go and make the row number 4. Again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and here we're going to do what we did before. So it's 2 trebles into the next stitch, and then 1 treble into the next. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now I want you to give you a little bit of a breathing space here. If you make a mistake and you do 1 less or 1 more and you realize you did that at the very end, don't worry about it. They are designs that is crucial that we have the right number of stitches. Otherwise the design doesn't come together. But for this design it doesn't really matter if you miss 1 or 2. Okay, so this is also why it's a very good project for beginners, because you have breathing space. You don't need to be stressed about, oh, have I done the right number of trebles. So if you get to the end, you realize that you have 1 less or 1 more, it doesn't matter. Okay, you just carry on. All right, so but do what you can to make it correct. So here again it's like before, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so that's 2 into this one, and then 1 into the next, and so on. All right, so I'll meet you again at the very end. So this is the end of your 4th row. And you close it in the same way as before, so you slip stitch into the top of your chain of 3 there. Okay, so now let's go into the last row and the 5th row. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and here we're gonna do so before we did 2 1 2 1. Now we're gonna do 2 1 1 2 1 1. Okay, so let's make 2 treble crochets into the next stitch. And then let's make 1 treble crochet into the next, and then 1 into the next, and then 2 into the next. Alright, so it's 2 1 1 2 1 1 all the way to the end. Okay, so let's make 1 there, 1 in the next, 2 in the next. Okay, so as I said before, if you do one more or one less, doesn't really matter. What matters here in this last row is that we end up with an uneven number of trebles. So at the very end, when you get there, count your trebles, and if you have a even number of trebles, then you need to make another one to make sure that you have an uneven number of trebles. That will matter for the next step. Okay, so let's carry on. 2 1 1 2 1 1. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end. So here we are at the end of the 5th row, and I've counted my trebles and I have 63. So it's an uneven number of trebles, and that's what we want. Okay, so you might have a little bit less or a little bit more, it doesn't really matter, as I said before, as long as you have an even number of trebles. So now we close this last row with the slip stitch like before, and now for the next row we're going to chain 3 again. 1 2 3, and now we do a single stitch into the 3rd stitch. Okay, so there's 1 2 3, so there put your needle in and single stitch there. Okay, so you have a little bridge, so we're gonna make bridges now so that we can make the popcorns afterwards. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around. Okay, so chain 3, 1 2 3, count 3 stitches, 1 2 3, insert your hook there, and then single crochet there. Okay, and that's your second bridge. Okay, so 1 2 3, and then count 3 stitches, 1 2 3, insert there, then single stitch, single crochet. Okay, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, single crochet. Okay, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay, all the way to the very end. Okay, and I'll meet you there. So here at the very end, when you do your very last bridge, so the same chain of 3, and then into the 3rd stitch you do a a single crochet. Okay, and that's the very end. So you did all these little bridges all the way around. Okay, now this is exactly the same design for these two. This is exactly the same way to do these two designs. Okay, this one and this one. So to do this one, it's exactly the same thing until this point here. Okay, so now to make this one, we're going to carry on to make this design. Okay, if you want to carry on to make this design, which is different, have a look at the video I leave below with this design, where I show you how to make this design. Okay, but it's the same thing up to this point. Okay, so let's carry on making this design here. So now, after you've done your bridges, what you want to do is to turn your work around so that you're looking at the back, at the wrong side of your work. Okay, so this is your right side that we've been working on all the time, facing the right side. Now we need to face the wrong side. Okay, so you go back there. So we're going to start by doing the popcorns. Okay, so this is a little bit like as if we are going to do trebles, but we are not going to complete the trebles crochets. Okay, so yarn over, go under the bridge there, and do as if you're going to do a treble. So you're going to pull through 2 loops there. Okay, and we're gonna leave it to it. So leave these 2 loops in the needle, in the hook. Okay, now yarn over again, go under the bridge again, pull the first 2 loops. So now we have 3 loops in the hook. Okay, yarn over, go under the bridge, and again pull the first 2 loops. We want these stitches, these loops, to be nice and loose. Okay, so again yarn over, go under the bridge, and pull through the first 2 loops. Now we have 5 loops in the hook. Yarn over and go under the bridge one final time, pull the first 2 loops. Now we have 6 loops in the hook, and here we're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. And this is your first popcorn. Okay, now between the bridges there is a single crochet that we did in the row before, so we want to go there between the bridge, in this single crochet there, and do a single crochet here, nice and tight. We want these stitches between the bridges to be nice and tight. Okay, now we do another single crochet and the bridge, nice and tight again. Okay, and now we're going to do another popcorn. So yarn over and the bridge, we go under the bridge 5 times to make 1 popcorn. Okay, so pull through the first 2 nice and loose, yarn over, go under the bridge and pull through the first 2 loops, nice and loose. And again we go 5 times under the bridge until we have 6 loops in the hook. Okay. So now we have 6 stitches in the loop, in the needle, in the hook. Now we pull through all of them. Okay, in between the bridges there's this single crochet. We're gonna go there to make a single crochet, nice and tight, and then another single crochet under the bridge. Okay, and that's your second popcorn there. Okay, okay, so let's make another popcorn. So yarn over under the bridge 5 times, pull through the first 2 only, nice and loose. Okay, one more time. Now we have 6 loops in the hook. We're gonna go through all of them and then single crochet between the bridges, nice and tight, and then another single crochet under the bridge, nice and tight. Okay, and then yarn over and let's go under the bridge 5 times again to make a popcorn. Nice and loose. Okay, now we have 6 loops in the hook. You're gonna go through all of them and then single crochet between the bridge, nice and tight there, and then another single crochet nice and tight under the bridge. Yarn over and under the bridge 5 times again. Okay, 6 stitches, then through all of them, and then single crochet between the bridge, nice and tight, and then another single crochet, nice and tight. Okay, and now 5 times under the bridge, nice and loose. Pull through the first 2 only. Five loops. Let's go through all of them and then single crochet between the bridges, nice and tight there, and then another single crochet, nice and tight. Okay, and then 5 times under the bridge again, nice and loose. All right, and carry on like so until the very end, and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm here at my last popcorn. Oh, let's do it again. Okay, one more time under the bridge. Okay, now go across all of them, and then here you want to do the single crochet here in this loop there, this stitch there close to the very beginning. You do a single crochet there, okay, and that brings the work together, and do one more stitch there so that you can cut, and then pull through, and that's the end of your work there, okay. And that's how you're gonna make this beautiful coaster. Okay, so now we just have to hide this tail here, and you do like we did at the very beginning there. So you put your needle there and go through the stitches. Okay, just pull it through. Okay, you can do it again through there. Okay, and then you can get it. And there you have it. It's done. Okay, now you can make it in a different color and different designs. And as I said at the beginning, if you want to see the other design, which is this one with the edge, and learn how to do this in a different way with a different technique, then please have a look at the video below where I show you that. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye bye now.